Behold the obligatory annual top whatever video. But in the interest of pretentiousness, my friends, I want to try something slightly different. For starters, there were a whole bucket load of potentially lovely games I didn't find time for this year, and I probably can't get away with discussing Snake Eater in a 2013 video. I also resent arbitrary lists of games, since they inevitably lead to meaningless comparisons. I for one would prefer to celebrate good games rather than try to decide which is the absolute greatest. But having said that, there was one game of 2013 that stood out to me, not necessarily as being better than everything else, but as having made the single biggest contribution to the medium. The following is simply my own meaningless opinion. You are free to ignore it, and please don't take it as being anything but my simple, probably inferior opinion. But I will do my best to justify that opinion in the hope of spurring debate. Along with, just having fun. That can be nice too. Now then, my personal vote for Game of the Year 2013 goes to Papers, Please. Created by Lucas Pope, this is the antithesis of the over-budgeted and under-inspired corridor shooters with pretensions of epicness that crowd the AAA scene. Using only the bare minimum of technical adequacy, it makes a mockery of such games, telling a more compelling story not by overloading our senses, but by exploiting its limited resources to drive towards a single goal. It's a beaming example of interactive storytelling and single-handedly demonstrates that the indie scene has run ahead of the big gaming industry. You take on the role of an immigrations officer for the communist state of Odzioska, inspecting papers for errors and struggling to pay your family's bills. Straight away, that's an oddball concept, far removed from any recognisable genre. Yet it works. Indeed, it's quite terrifying how quickly I found myself settling into a routine of scanning and stamping. Naturally, your task is complicated further with every new day, and there never seems enough money to afford both food and Tiny Timsky's medicine. One of the biggest lessons to learn from Papers, Please is its use of mechanics. There's been an attitude in gaming for a long time that mechanics and story are separate. This is perhaps most obvious when your control is wrenched away in order to dollop another exposition-filled cutscene. Worse still is when the story and gameplay outright clash, in what has become known as ludonarrative dissonance. Too many games seem to be chasing after films, rather than embracing gaming's own advantages as a medium. Papers, Please might just be one of the most seamless interweavings of gameplay and narrative to date. From your little booth, your interactions provide a glimpse into the political landscape of the setting, and there's a real sense of shit getting real, both because of the plot and the glorious motherland's ever-increasing demands of you. Factions emerge, your orders take on a sinister flavour, a single foolhardy decision can cause disaster, and all the while you're taking part. Every moment you're affecting the situation in one way or another. When a visitor presents confusing documents and then explains themselves badly, your frustration at the character feels genuine because you're being made to struggle with a mechanical challenge. As somebody who sees gaming as a creative medium with acres of untapped potential, this sort of thing is utterly fascinating. This is simply a game where all the wheels are spinning in the same direction. The mechanics, the writing, even the simple visuals all contribute to an atmosphere of utter moral greyness and growing panic, truly selling the idea that you are this character in this terrifyingly plausible setting. Papers, Please appears to be the result of some beautiful design philosophy, beating away at the core of a game whose existence we owe to the golden age of indie gaming. Holy crap, are you a magician?